Hello everyone. I am Mr. Dishwasher. In the previous episode, we discussed Luffy concluding the battle on Enies Lobby. The Straw Hat crew welcomed their 8th member, Shipwright Frankie. They bid farewell to the Going Merry and set sail on the Thousand Sunny to continue their journey towards their dreams. Meanwhile, at Bonero Island, Ace finally confronted Blackbeard, Teach. However, Teach showed no remorse. He not only attempted to persuade Ace to join his pirate crew but also offered to capture Luffy in exchange for becoming one of the 7 warlords. Upon hearing this, Ace angrily attacked, and a fierce battle erupted between the two. However, Blackbeard's ability with the dark fruit was overwhelmingly potent. He could even absorb the powers of other devil fruits, neutralizing Ace's fire abilities and rendering him powerless. Blackbeard unleashed various deadly attacks, mercilessly beating Ace to the ground. At that moment, Blackbeard once again tried to persuade Ace to join him, but Ace refused to submit. He unleashed his ultimate move, the Flame Emperor, and Blackbeard's murderous intent surged. In the end, Ace was defeated by Blackbeard. Upon rejoining the Straw Hat crew, they unexpectedly entered the Florian Triangle, a perilous place where over 100 ships disappear each year. Later, they encountered a ghost ship and a singing skeleton named Brook. Luffy found Brook fascinating and invited him to join the Straw Hat crew. Brook gladly accepted the invitation and shared his past with them. Decades ago, Brook was also a pirate and was attacked and killed by enemies. After consuming the Revive fruit, he remained alive as a soul after death. However, on his way back to his body, Brook got lost, resulting in a significant delay. As a result, he now only inhabits a skeletal form. After recounting his memories, Brook revealed that someone had stolen his shadow. Without his shadow, he cannot face the sun, or he would turn to dust. Thus, Brook couldn't accompany Luffy and the others on their journey. At that moment, Luffy and his group discovered Ghost Island. During their investigation, Nami, Usopp, and Chopper accidentally got onto the island. Meanwhile, Luffy's group encountered a mischievous, transparent creature. Robin was even licked on her chest and face by the creature. On the other hand, Nami and her group found numerous stitched creatures and zombies on the island. Guided by one of the stitched creatures, they arrived at the mansion of the brilliant Dr. Hogback. There, they encountered more transparent individuals and stitched creatures. One of the transparent individuals secretly spied on Nami while she was bathing and almost attacked her. Thankfully, Chopper and Usopp intervened just in time, causing the transparent individual to flee. Back with Luffy's group, they entered Ghost Island through another entrance. They tamed the Hellhound 3-headed Cerberus gently and encountered many zombies and stitched creatures on the way. Luffy even generously showcased his beautiful singing voice, captivating those who heard it. Later, everyone received information from a captive elderly man that Ghost Island was under the control of the warlord of the sea, Gecko Moria. Moria possessed the Shadow fruit, enabling him to steal the shadows of others. Additionally, the Ghost Island wasn't merely an island but rather the world's largest pirate ship, the Thriller Bark. Upon learning this, Luffy expressed his determination to recover Brook's and the islanders' stolen shadows. Meanwhile, Nami and her group had an adventurous encounter at the mansion, where they unexpectedly uncovered Hogback's clandestine experiments. It turned out that the zombies and stitched monsters were Hogback's creations, made from deceased individuals whose shadows Moria had stolen and injected into them. Hogback then revealed his plan to launch a night assault, capturing everyone on the island. Suddenly, a zombie swordsman named Ryuma emerged and incapacitated Nami's group. He was a legendary warrior from Wano country, renowned for slaying a dragon. Strangely, Ryuma's voice sounded exactly like Brook's, indicating that he had been infused with Brook's shadow. Simultaneously, Absalom, the Invisible Man, made himself known and commanded the zombies and stitched creatures to commence the night assault, beginning their hunting spree. Nami's group was captured and taken to Perona's courtyard. Perona was another one of Moria's followers, possessing the ability to control ghosts, sapping the fighting spirit of those affected. Fortunately, amidst the chaos, the transportation workers encountered an accident, allowing Nami's group to break free from their restraints. Meanwhile, Luffy and his companions reached the castle and faced a group of night raid zombies, leading to a chaotic brawl. During the melee, Sanji and Zoro were secretly captured by Moria. Their shadows were given to two stitched creatures, granting them the abilities and personalities of Sanji and Zoro. The truth was unveiled that Moria and Hogback were collaborating to create an army of zombies. Moria granted shadows to the zombies to control them, and when powerful shadows combined with physical bodies, they created terrifying monsters. Sea Salt had the ability to purify the zombies, returning the shadows to their original owners. The entire night assault process was chaotic and humorous, with moments like Penguin Sanji fiercely protecting Nami but being defeated by Absalom, and Nami using her wit to manipulate a pig-headed bride who desired to marry a man. Later, Robin and Frankie were captured by spider monkeys, but luckily, Brook appeared just in time to rescue them. In reality, Brook had been attempting to retrieve his shadow for years, but he was no match for Ryuma and suffered repeated defeats in their duels. Nonetheless, Brook persisted, driven by an unyielding determination and a promise to a companion, which allowed him to endure 50 years of solitude. Upon hearing this, Frankie couldn't help but inquire if the companion might no longer be waiting after such a long time. However, Brook firmly believed that his companion was still waiting for him. Finally, Brook revealed that the companion he had a promise with was Laboon, the whale of twin capes. Subsequently, Brook wished to challenge Ryuma to a duel. On Luffy's side, he was captured by Moria, and his shadow was severed. His shadow was then implanted into the enormous devil Oars. However, the possessed Oars didn't follow commands, he only craved meat and to become the Pirate King. At this moment, Nami and the rest concealed themselves inside a puppet, witnessing everything unfold. Swiftly escaping, they unexpectedly reunited with Robin and Frankie. However, the Invisible Man resurfaced and directly kidnapped Nami, intending to marry her and savor her delightful appearance. On Robin's side, they discovered Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji unconscious, their shadows stolen, rendering them unresponsive. As helplessness loomed, Usopp cleverly uncovered a hidden chant. Thus, Luffy and his companions successfully awakened using a renowned world saying. They shared their current circumstances. Frankie revealed to Luffy that Brook was once a member of the Rumbar Pirates, who had made a promise with Laboon in the past. Determined to recruit Brook into his crew, Luffy resolved to help him reclaim his lost shadow. After the discussion, the group launched their counterattack, heading towards Moria's hideout. Zoro, Sanji, Frankie, and Usopp unexpectedly encountered Perona first. Her Hollow Fruit ability proved extremely formidable, instantly sapping their morale and filling them with despair. However, one person remained entirely unfazed, the incredible Usopp. Usopp, being inherently pessimistic, remained unaffected by Perona's melancholic ghosts. The two sides engaged in combat, displaying their unique abilities. Initially, Perona transformed into a ghost, skillfully avoiding Usopp's physical attacks. Her subsequent counterattacks endangered Usopp. At a crucial moment, Usopp astutely identified Perona's true form and used a combination of Shiny Black Star and 10-ton balloon hammer to crush Perona's spirit entirely. On the other side, Brook faced Ryuma alone. Unfortunately, he was no match for the swordsman and was swiftly defeated in one move. Zoro and Frankie arrived to rescue him. As both were swordsmen, Zoro naturally took on the challenge. Their fierce duel filled the air with sword lights and shadows. They were both exceptional swordsmen, and their sword auras astonished Brook and Frankie, who were observing the fight. After a challenging battle, Zoro managed to defeat Ryuma. They developed mutual respect, and Ryuma even bestowed his renowned sword, Shusui, as a gift to Zoro. Subsequently, Ryuma transformed into smoke, and Brook regained his lost shadow. Meanwhile, Luffy confronted Moria, who used shadow clones to immobilize Luffy. At the same time, Sanji encountered Absalom, who was about to consummate his marriage with Nami. Absalom possessed the clear fruit, which was precisely what Sanji had been longing for, to possess the power of invisibility and sneak into the women's bath to play poker with the ladies. Continuing, Sanji and Absalom engaged in an intense battle. After a hard-fought struggle, Sanji skillfully incapacitated Absalom with his powerful kicking techniques. Meanwhile, Nami defeated Absalom using her Climattack staff. Additionally, Robin and Chopper confronted the brilliant Dr. Hogback, who was accompanied by formidable zombie versions of Zoro and Sanji. Unexpectedly, the undead versions of Zoro and Sanji turned against each other during the confrontation. Chopper also succeeded in awakening Sindri's human heart, causing Hogback to lose support and be defeated by Robin and Chopper. As the three adversaries faced consecutive failures, the fearsome Oars made a dazzling appearance. Now under Moria's command, Oars launched a relentless attack against the entire Straw Hat crew. Speaking of Oars, it was the largest character to appear so far. Combining its size with Luffy's combat prowess, Oars was undoubtedly a formidable force on the battlefield. Its explosive, nuclear bomb cyclone attack nearly wiped out the entire Straw Hat crew. Simultaneously, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, Kuma, arrived on Thriller Bark. He first sent the just-revived Perona flying, instructing her to find Hawkeye Mihawk. Then, Kuma found Moria and offered to assist him against the Straw Hat crew. However, Moria arrogantly rejected his offer and learned that Ace had been turned over to the world government, with Blackbeard becoming the new 7 warlords. On the other side, after Luffy resolved the issue with his shadow duplicates, he unexpectedly encountered other victims on the island, the Rolling Pirates and Lola, who wanted to marry. They imbued Luffy with 100 shadows, granting him the power of 100 individuals. Thus, Nightmare Luffy emerged on the scene. Meanwhile, the Straw Hat crew was left powerless against Oars's relentless onslaught, with Nami facing imminent peril. Moreover, due to Oars's interference with the helm of the terrifying Thriller Bark ship, it was on the brink of leaving the Devil's Triangle. When that happened, the sun would shine, and all the shadowless people would turn to ash. At present, most of the Straw Hat crew members had been defeated, and Nami was in dire straits, facing Oars's frenzied attacks.
Oi, でけえの。おめえは一体何を踏みつぶしてんだ。誰だお前。俺の名はモンキー D ルフィだぜ。
At a critical juncture, Luffy finally arrived at this location. Nightmare Luffy's formidable strength effortlessly overwhelmed Oars. Subsequently, one by one, the Straw Hat crew regained consciousness and joined forces to help Luffy defeat Oars. Finally, their most formidable opponent was completely defeated. However, upon witnessing the power of Nightmare Luffy, Moria also decided to absorb shadows to enhance his combat prowess. He absorbed 1,000 shadows in one go, becoming immensely gigantic. Moreover, the sun appeared in the distance, indicating imminent destruction for them all. Yet, at this moment, an unexpected twist occurred. Moria's power could not control this enormous force. Then, without hesitation, Luffy decided to unleash Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. In the end, under Luffy's relentless onslaught, Moria expelled the absorbed shadows, resulting in his defeat in the battle. As a result, the group regained their shadows and narrowly escaped disaster. However, just when everyone thought it was all over, Kuma reappeared. His strength was exceptionally formidable, rendering everyone helpless against him. Even when Sanji's kick landed on his face, it merely fractured Sanji's leg bones. It turned out that Kuma possessed the powers of the pawpaw fruit, granting him the ability to repel anything with tremendous force. A single strike of his pawpaw palm thrust obliterated the entire Straw Hat crew. Nevertheless, as Kuma was about to take the unconscious Luffy away, Zoro rose to his feet once more and offered to sacrifice his own life in exchange for Luffy's. Simultaneously, Sanji stepped forward, willing to take Zoro's place, asserting that his life was of greater value. At that critical moment, Zoro rendered Sanji unconscious with one blow, positioning himself before Kuma. Eventually, Kuma decided to make Zoro endure the injuries inside Luffy's body, though only a small portion, causing him unbearable agony beyond his limits. Still, Zoro remained resolute without the slightest hesitation. He requested to be taken to a secluded location and chose to bear all the injuries within Luffy's body alone. Thus, Kuma spared the Straw Hat crew, and after a considerable period, everyone gradually regained consciousness, with Luffy as lively as ever. However, Sanji remained silent, finding Zoro in the forest.
おい、あの七部会どこにここで何があった？何もなかった。
Afterward, Zoro was gravely injured and on the brink of death, but luckily his tough body saved him, preserving his life. On the other side, Hogback and Absalom managed to rescue Moria, bringing an end to the turmoil on the Thriller bark. Subsequently, Luffy and the others held a celebration, during which Brook skillfully played the piano. Amidst the festivities, Luffy formally invited Brook to join his crew as a valued companion. The two of them reminisced about Laboon, and Brook was moved to tears, recalling Laboon's enduring wait.
彼は元気なんですか?
The story then takes us back 50 years in time when the Rumbar pirates were passionate about music and formed a deep friendship with Laboon. Laboon's favorite song was Bink Sake. In order to protect Laboon from harm, the Rumbar pirates set out on the Grand Line alone, promising to reunite with Laboon after 3 years upon completing their journey. However, Laboon had to wait for 50 long years. In reality, during their adventures, the captain of the Rumbar pirates accidentally contracted a virus and asked his crew not to get close to him. He sailed off alone to distant seas. At that time, the crew played music for their captain, filled with overwhelming sorrow. Later on, the Rumbar pirates faced an attack from enemies who used poisoned weapons. The crew suffered severe poisoning, facing the threat of death. However, in order to fulfill their promise to Laboon and let it hear their music again, they endured the excruciating pain and decided to record everyone's voices in a music shell. With unwavering determination and joyous smiles, they played the most enchanting melody and performed the most beautiful symphony in the world, Bink Sake, hoping Laboon could hear it once more. Over the years, Brook harbored a sense of purpose, endured loneliness, and embarked on adventurous journeys along the Grand Line to reunite with Laboon. Recently, Luffy and Brook developed a deep understanding and acceptance of each other, leading Brook to entrust his life to Luffy. Consequently, the Straw Hat crew warmly welcomed Brook, the musician, as their 9th member, and they set sail once again. Meanwhile, at Twin Cape, Laboon appeared to sense something and expressed joyous excitement. Subsequently, everyone readied themselves to embark on their dream journey once more. Before parting ways, Lola handed Nami her mother's Vivre card, unbeknownst to the crew that Lola's mother was the formidable Yonko, Big Mom. Simultaneously, Luffy noticed Ace's Vivre card fading away. However, he firmly believed that Ace would embark on his own adventure, and they would meet again when the time was right. With that, the entire Straw Hat crew set off once more, embarking on a new adventure. This concludes the entire plot of the Thriller Bark arc. This arc evoked strong emotions, similar to the previous Water 7 arc. The tales of Zoro's unwavering dedication, along with Brook's and Laboon's past, were genuinely heartwarming and evocative. In summary, the Thriller Bark arc proved to be a captivating chapter, blending an eerie and dark atmosphere with delightful humor, fostering profound bonds among the crew. The heartfelt celebration with the song, Bink Sake, left a lasting impression. And so, this chapter concludes, leaving us eager to discover what unfolds in the next installment. Thank you all, and goodbye.